Hello, hi guys. Good morning, everyone. Hello, all. Hello. Am I audible? Is my voice reaching to all? Can I get the responses, please? Hi, Cecil. What about others? Can I get the responses from others also? Okay. Guys, I need some two, three responses to start the class, please. Okay. Thank you. Okay, right. Thank you. Thank you. Fine. All right, guys. Okay. So we'll start the class now. Okay. Today we are going to see what is SQL DB deployment. Okay, so SQL databases we can deploy in Azure Cloud Computing Platform. And when we are deploying in cloud SQL database, then most of the activities like administration activities, maintenance of the database and database server, upgrade of the servers, and like this kind of things will be taken care by cloud vendor only, by cloud platform only. Okay, whatever the things that is required for us, only we can focus on those activities. Okay, and remember here, when we are deploying SQL database, okay, when we are deploying SQL DB, then we should have at least one SQL server or SQL server or SQL instance. Okay, SQL server or SQL instance is must. Okay, so if this SQL server or SQL instance is not there, then you cannot deploy an SQL database in cloud computing. You cannot deploy an SQL database in cloud computing. Okay, that is must. And what I'll do, I'll start the practicals directly here. What I'll do, I'll just come and I'll search for SQL database. Okay, click on this one. It will navigate you to a SQL database page. Click on create here. Okay. So see here, as usual, subscription, resource group. I'm taking Naresh RG database name. What database name you want, you can give it. I'm giving it as Naresh DB. I'm giving it as Naresh database server. What is this SQL server? See, this is asterisk. Asterisk means compulsory you have to pass the value. So if you click here, see, you're not finding anything here. See, SQL server is not, you're not finding anything here, right? So if it is not there, then you have to click on create new. You have to click on create new. So I'll just say here, create new. You have to give the SQL server name, SQL server name. Okay, I'll just say here SQL server in Azure, SQL server. Okay, in Azure. Okay, give some number 16, 17. Okay, this is the name I'm passing for my SQL server. You can give any name here, your choice. Okay, if I just give like this, then it will say me that this name is not available. See, I'm getting an error here. That's why in order to make the name as unique, I'm just giving some number here. Okay, fine. I'm deploying this in an East US location. Any location you can choose. Authentication method. Okay. I'll say here both SQL and Microsoft Entra authentication. If you are taking this one, Microsoft Entra only authentication, then here you are not going to allow any outside users. Okay. Outside users are not allowed. The users only who are part of our Entra ID, they only can allow to connect to our SQL server. If I take this one, then both SQL and Microsoft Entra authentication. So here now, the end users or the outside users can also connect to your cloud database if they're having the user ID and password, okay, of your server. SQL authentication means only, okay, connection is possible with SQL database and SQL instance, okay, with user ID and password authentication with authentication credentials. Okay, so I'll just say here this one. Okay, I'll choose this one, both SQL and Microsoft and authentication. Set admin, click on this one. Definitely you have to set up some admin here. I'm setting the admin as Garrett myself. Okay, I'm just search here. Okay, this is one user I have onboarded, like how we have onboarded the user yesterday. In the same way, onboarded this user here. Click on select. Fine. Next, server admin login. I'll give the same Garrett here, and then password. Password I'll give this one. So the details I'm writing down here. See, SQL database name is Naresh DB. SQL instance name is what? This one. SQL instance name is this we are giving, right? Then next, admin, server admin, I'm giving it as Gareth. Okay, correct now. See, server admin login, I'm giving it as what? Gareth, and then password. I can give any password. Let us say the password is this one. These are the details, guys, that you have to keep recorded somewhere or you have to remember. This is the password I'm giving. Okay. Password, and now password. Okay. Say here. Okay. Fine. Now want to use an elastic pool. What is this elastic pool, guys? Elastic pool is a concept wherein if you say yes, want to use an elastic pool, if you say here yes, then a pool will be created. A pool will be created. And what all the databases that you are creating with this option as yes, then all the databases will be placed in that pool, and the compute power, networking power, processing power for all the databases will be shared. Okay, will be shared. Okay, all the networking power, processing power, compute power, all this will be shared by all the databases. Okay, whereas when you are saying here no, then it will be a standalone database. It will be a standalone database, and the compute, processing power, network power, everything will be reserved. Okay, everything will be reserved here. Okay, for that database only. Somewhere here I have mentioned here about the elastic pool. Yeah, see here, you're having multiple options, SQL database deployment options. So single database. So when you are saying here no, then it will be a single and standalone database. Okay. Single database, it is an isolated single database. It has its own guaranteed compute, memory, and storage. The database is having this database is having its own guaranteed compute, memory, and storage. Elastic pool, collection of single databases, okay, with fixed set of resources such as CPU, memory shared by all the databases in the pool. Okay, what I'm saying here, CPU, memory shared by all databases inside the pool. If you are saying elastic pool as yes, manage instance, set of databases which can be used together. Okay, so I'll say here no. Yes means elastic pool will get created, and compute power, processing power, networking power, everything will be shared, okay, with all the databases inside the pool. No means, okay, only the, okay, only the databases, only the database which is getting deployed, the database will be having all the rights to use the underlying infrastructure for the database. What workload environments you are deploying this database for, development or production? Which one? I'll say your development as of now. And then next I'm having here configuration, compute plus storage. When you click here, what it is saying, see, it is saying that you're having two options. First is what? vCore and database transaction, database purchasing model. So if you come here in the material, I have mentioned very clearly. Okay, see, there are two purchasing models or service tiers. Okay, DTU and vCore. Okay, there are two purchasing models. What is that? DTU and vCore. What is DTU here? Okay, DTU stands for database transaction units, and it is a combined measure of compute, storage, and IO resources. This DTU based model is not supported for managed instances. And what is vCore? vCore are virtual core. Okay, we have virtual core, that is what override higher compute memory and storage limits and gives us the great control over the compute and storage resources that we create and pay for. Okay, I don't know. Okay, virtual core provide, I think some words has been overwritten here. Okay, okay, vCore are virtual core that provides higher compute memory and storage limit and gives us the great control, okay, over the compute and storage resources that we create and pay for. Okay, fine. So what I'll do, when I come here and I'm choosing, either I can take this one, general purpose. In vCore, we are having three options: general purpose, hyperscale, and business critical. And in DTU purchasing model, we are having three options: basic, standard, and premium. So these two are disabled for us. In virtual core purchasing model, these two are disabled. In DTU purchasing model, this one is disabled. Why? Because free trial. Okay, normally, guys, is my voice not audible too? Is my voice not audible? Okay, Lata Linga, my voice is audible actually. I think there is some problem from your end. Okay, fine. So what I am doing here, I am trying to say that, okay, I can take any purchasing model with any option based upon my project requirements. Based upon my project requirements. If I take here basic, if I'm taking here basic, then see it is giving me 2 GB database. 2 GB database, very small, very small. No, I'll go for standard. If I'm going for standard, then see here it is giving me DTUs. DTU is what, guys? Basically, the power of database to process the queries. This is the power, memory, processing power of the database transaction units. Okay, to process the queries. It is giving me 10 power, and database size, it is giving me 2 GB. No, I want it bigger. You can say it as like, I want the database of 200 GB. So you can take the database of 200 GB and DTUs 10. This is the processing power of database. No, you want it 20, you pass here 20. See, what is the size now? 1250. The size of the database is, the price of the database is 1250. Okay, if I say here 20, then this price will increase. See now, this price will increase now. See, 1252, it became 2500. Okay, just 1 rupee more, 2500. If you further increase this power, then it will further increase your price. Okay, see, it is not allowing us to go beyond 20 DTUs. It is not allowing to go beyond 20 DTUs because we are on free trial. So when you are on free trial, it will not allow you to go beyond 20 DTUs. Okay, is that clear? You can go up to maximum 20 DTUs only. So for 20 DTUs, the price is how much it is charging us? 2500 almost. Okay, just 1 rupee extra. And what it is, 125, okay, into 20. So it is charging you 125 rupees per DTU. Okay, so if you calculate here, okay, 125 into 20. Yeah, see, we're getting exactly 2500. Okay, 125.05, it is 125.05, and it is charging exactly, okay, how much? 2501, 2500 rupees. Okay, if you decrease this power, then it will reduce the price also. See, I made it to 10, so it is showing 1250. So 125.07 into 10. This is what DTU, that what you have set up, and this is the price per DTU, processing power. The entire game is on this processing power only. Okay, if I say here 20, it is increasing the price. Size of the database doesn't matter. If I say here 40, same price only. If I say here 100, same price only. So the price is increasing based upon the power. Okay, fine. So I'll just take here apply. Okay, I'm going for development. If I go for production databases, it will be much more costlier. So what I have set here, 20 DTUs and 100 GB. Okay, database. Next, backup. How you want SQL server backup? Like cloud will keep the backup of your SQL database. Whether you want it, you don't want it, it will keep it. So locally redundant storage means it will keep the backup in the same place where you are deploying your database. East US region. No, you want it, you can put it in zone redundant or geo redundant. Multiple options you are having here. Okay. Zone redundant means what? The primary copies will be available for you, and I think the secondary copies are read only in different regions. And geo redundant means what? The copies are available for you at multiple places. One copy is in East US, one copy in West US, one copy in uh, Central US, something like this. Okay. So I'll just say here locally only. Why? Because locally means it will keep the copies here in the same region, and locally redundant storage is cheap compared to all. It is economical. Other regions are costly. Costly in the sense you will get a high bill because it is maintaining the copies of your database in other regions. That's why I'm just going with locally redundant storage. Next, networking here. Okay, connectivity method. How you want to connect to this database after the access has been granted using the public endpoints. Means what? Publicly, okay, anyone can connect to my database after the access has been granted or after the database user ID and password given to them. After this, user ID and password is given to them. Okay, fine. Then next, allow Azure services and resources to access this server. Yes. Okay, add current client IP address. Yes. So even the database, what I'm deploying here in the cloud, this database, I can connect from my local laptop also. From my local laptop also, I can connect to this cloud database. That's why I'm selecting this option, current client IP address as yes, and allow Azure services and resources to access this server. So suppose if you have deployed one virtual machine and you want that VM to connect to this database, then that is possible if you say this as yes. Okay, connection policy, I'm just going with default settings here. Okay, TLS version, this is a certificate that will attach TLS 1.2. Now automatically it will attach this certificate. Okay, you are not doing anything here. Next is security here. This is what Microsoft Defender for SQL. So this Microsoft Defender will check the performance of your database, how your database is behaving, how much time it is taking to run the queries, how it is handling multiple user requests, how it is performing with concurrent users. Okay, what is the health of the database? Everything it will monitor and will give you the insights. And if you want, you can consume it as for free trial, as a free trial. For 30 days it will be running for free for you. After 30 days it will charge you, okay, how much? See, 1274 rupees per server per month. One server 1 month it will charge you this much amount, which is very costly. So I'll just say not now. Okay, fine. And then ledger, okay, cryptographically verifies the integrity of your data and detects any tampering that might have occurred. So if any attacks, any viruses is trying to enter into your database and all, if you enable this ledger, then it will protect your database from any dangers or viruses from the internet. Server identity, use system assigned and user assigned manage identities to enable central access management between this database and other Azure resources. Okay, fine. So every service that what we are creating in cloud computing will be having user assigned and system assigned, okay, identities that it will create. So we are saying here default, that is server identity only that will come. Okay, rest of these values I'm just leaving it to default, guys. I'm not touching here anything. Okay, next, additional settings. So when you choose here none, then you are creating a brand new database with empty date, with empty database. When you're choosing a none, you are creating a brand new database and the database is completely empty. When you're choosing your backup, then this database is going to be backup of someone else, some other's database. So when you select your backup, when you click here, then a database will be listed here. You can select the database. Then this database, what you are creating, that will become a backup of the database. Sample means what? You are creating a AdventureWorks sample database. Okay, in upcoming classes, we are going to use AdventureWorks database also in our Azure Data Factory classes. Okay, so among all, I'll just say a none. First, I'll go with none. None means brand new database with a empty, completely empty data. No database, just a database will get created. Okay. Next, collation is part of the SQL database. Definitely, it will get created. Okay. Maintenance window, I'm just going with system default 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. Fine, no problem. Okay, I have told, right, when we are creating SQL database and SQL Server in cloud computing, then all the maintenance activities will be taken care by your cloud vendor, like, upgrades, okay, patching, reboots, okay, maintenance, etc., etc. Okay, fine. Then next here, tax is a common parameter, guys, that we are seeing for every service that we are deploying in cloud. I think you might have noticed this if you are practicing. This tags basically we use to give the titles. Okay, why we are creating this database, for which application, what it is going to carry the data. Okay, all these titles we can pass this to the database. Okay, I see environment example. Let us take. I'm saying here environment. Okay, dev. So this database is going to, this database we are deploying for development environment. What application data it is going to carry? It is going to carry Bank of America application data. Okay, what type of data it is going to carry? It is going to carry sales data. Okay, like these titles you can give. Okay, like these titles you can give here, so that in the future, after 6 months, after 1 year, if you want to know why this database has been created, by seeing this you can understand. Okay, this database is for dev environment. This database is for application Bank of America. This database is carrying the data type as sales. Okay, something like this you can give. Okay, is carrying the sales data, something like this you can just understand by yourself. Okay, next click here on review plus create. Okay, now the validation got succeeded. Click on create here. So these are all the details, guys. Now we need this all details to connect to the database. To connect to the database, we need all these details. So just hold on. Let the database and database server gets deployed here. I'm waiting for it. Okay, done. The complete database has been deployed. Okay. No, manage instance is option is not there for us. Anasi. Nikita Anasi, manage instance options is not there for us. In SQL, when you are deploying SQL database in cloud, you are having two options: standalone, okay, and this one. Manage instance is something where you are creating a virtual machine in cloud, and in that virtual machine, you are installing the SQL server. Okay, fine. So now this is the database that we have deployed. Go to resource here and see here you are seeing your database server and database both got created. This is what your SQL database name and this is your SQL server name. SQL instance. SQL instance. So what I'll do now, what I'll do, if I go here to query editor, okay, if I try to click on OK, it has connected to the query editor. If I see here expand, see tables are not there. Tables is completely blank. When I expanded this tables folder, no tables is there. Okay, and here you can see the details of your database and database server. See, this is your SQL server name. This is your SQL server name. Okay, in this resource group, In this location, you have deployed a database here. Okay, the database name is this one, Naresh DB. Fine. So what I'll do now, I'll connect to this cloud database from my local laptop. I am going to connect to this cloud database using my local laptop. And remember here, if you wanted to do so, then you must have a SQL server and SSMS installed in your laptop. Okay, if you want to connect to the cloud database, if you want to connect to your cloud DB, okay, then you must have SQL server and SSMS installed in your laptops. This is compulsory, guys. Then only you can connect it. So what I'll do, I'll just go here. I'll say here SSMS. Okay, SSMS. I got it. SQL Server Management Studio. Click on this one. Now it is getting opened here. Hold on. These softwares you have to install in your laptops, guys. Okay. So what is our SQL Server instance name? It is this one, right? Copy this one, come here and paste it. Okay. Then the user admin name is what? Gareth we have given, right? And the password what we have given. The user admin name is Gareth. This we have given. The password is this we have given. And passing the password here. Okay. And I'll say here SQL Server Authentication. Okay, SQL Server Authentication. This only we have selected. Okay, it is asking for the password again. So here connect. See now here we have connected to the cloud SQL Server instance. This is what a cloud SQL Server instance or cloud SQL Server. SQL Server in Azure 1617.database.windows.net. If you come here, the same name is SQL Server 1617.database.windows.net. Okay, here we are having one database Naresh DB. If you expand this databases folder, you are going to find one database Naresh DB. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so you are connecting to cloud server and cloud database from your local SSMS, from your local SSMS laptop. You have granted a permission here to access your cloud database from your laptop, and also you are having these softwares installed in your laptop so that you can access the cloud database server and cloud database. Okay, is that clear? No, Nikita, I have told manage instance. Okay, see, if I go here to Google, SQL Server managed instance. Okay, see what it is saying. Managed instance is a scalable cloud-based service that always running on the latest stable version of the Microsoft SQL Server database engine and a patches of operating system 99.9% built-in high availability. Okay, offering close to 100% feature compatibility. Okay, so if you want to deploy manage instance, okay, how to create SQL Server and manage instance in Azure. Okay, okay, this article I'll give you, Nikita. You just please follow this article. Okay, sign into Azure portal, select Azure SQL Server. Okay, then click on plus add SQL deployment option. Just follow this. This is the complete ready-made. Okay, article for you. Okay, you just follow this one. Okay, fine. With screenshots, with steps they have given you. Okay, up to here. Finally, when you say here review plus create, it is going to create and manage instance for you. Okay, fine. It's very easy, guys. See, by any chance, Nikita, please take this article, ma. Nikita, with screenshots and everything, Microsoft documentation, I have forwarded to you. Okay, please take this article, save it somewhere. Santosh, what is this question? Why do we need SQL server on our local PC to connect cloud server? See, convenience. See, SSMS is enough to connect, right? SSMS is where, Santosh? SSMS is in your local laptop only, na? If you are having SSMS in your local laptop, SQL server in your local laptop, then with a great convenience, you can write queries, you can do the operations directly in your cloud database, or else you have to come here, you have to click on query editor and you have to execute the queries. And this is not that much flexible. Okay, this is still in preview. Whereas in SSMS, you can conveniently, comfortably do many operations, insert, update, delete, store procedures, you can create every single thing. It will happen very smoothly here. Okay. Asha, you guys also want it? Okay, I'll put it all. Okay, fine. I have put it to all guys. Whoever is interested can take it, please. Okay. All right. Fine. Now what I'll do here, what I'll do, I will show you how we can write the queries. Okay, from our local SSMS only to cloud database directly. To cloud database, how that is possible. Click on this database, say here new query. Click on the database and say here new query. Okay. And then what you can do here, okay, you can take these queries. See, I have given the queries also, sample queries also I have taken here. In the material, you will find this one. Okay. We'll find this in the material on page number 23. Just double click on this. The query will get open here in your SSMS only. So this is one query. What I'm doing here, I'm creating a table. Then I'm inserting the data inside the table. Okay. And then finally, I'm checking whether the data has been inserted in the table or not. Okay. So I'll take this one. I'll say here execute. This is what Naresh DB. Naresh DB. Naresh DB is where? In my cloud. This database is in my cloud. See, I have connected here to which server? See my cursor, guys. See my cursor. SQL server in Azure 1617. What is 1617? This one. This is my cloud server, cloud SQL server, and this is my cloud database. That is what here I have selected the database. Here I have selected the SQL server. Okay. I'll say here now first to create a table. Okay. See, commands completed successfully. Now what I'll do, I'll insert the data inside the table. This is the insert query. Execute. Super. Done. Now check whether the table is created and data is inserted or not. Ah, amazing. Super. See what we have done from local SSMS only. We are now performing the operations on top of cloud database. Cloud server, we have connected cloud database. This is my cloud server. In the same way, if I say here connect to database engine, if I say here this one, now if I say here connect, then this is what, see, two servers are there. This one is my cloud server. This is my local SQL server. Local, I'm having SQL server installed in my laptop also, na? Correct, na? So this is what my local SQL server. This is my cloud SQL server. Or you can call this as instance also. This is cloud SQL instance. This is local SQL instance. In my local SQL server, I'm having many databases. See, AdventureWorks 2000 R2, 2014, Advanced Web 2019, DW configuration, DW diagnostics, blah, blah, blah. Plenty of databases I'm having here, but in my Cloud SQL Server instance, I'm having only one database. Suppose now I want to create one more database here in my cloud. Okay. In my cloud server, I want to create one more database. So come here. Here you will be finding one option called databases. Okay, it's not showing here. So I'll come to home. I'll say SQL databases. Okay, I'll say create a database. Okay, what I'm doing here, see, I'll select this RG. I'll say here Naresh DB 1515, and I'm selecting the same server. Okay, why it is not coming? I'm going to select the same SQL server only. Okay, the SQL server instance, this one, sorry, here I'll come, sorry, here it is. Now I'll go to SQL databases. Okay, see, I'm having one database here, Naresh DB. Naresh DB. Okay, so if I want to create a new database here on top of this SQL server only, then not finding an option here. Actually, it is not showing me the SQL server what I have already. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just come here. I'll take this name. Okay, maybe. Okay, come here, create new database name. Yeah, it came now. See, it came now. Okay, it came now. Naresh, sometime it will take some time, guys. Okay, to reflect the changes in the portal, it needs some times. So 2-3 minutes you have to wait. See, it came now. Same SQL server instance. Okay, so elastic pool, no. Okay, I'll go for development. I'll take a small configuration database. I'm not taking a big database here, small. Okay, I'll just say here 20 GB database is sufficient for me. Okay, next. Okay, I'll say here add current client IP address. Current client IP address means who? My laptop. My laptop is current client. I'll say here yes. This compulsory you have to do. If you are not doing this, then you cannot access the database from here. I'll just say disconnect my local SQL server. Okay, like how I'm accessing here, you cannot do it so if you are not selecting here as yes. That you have to keep in mind. Okay, you have to say here add current client IP address as yes only. Okay, next, all these things I'm leaving it to default. Okay, fine. I'll just say here go ahead and deploy the database. Fine. So it is charging me some 1250 rupees because the D2U is 10. So once this database gets deployed here, we can see that database Naresh DB 1515 here. Okay, just hold on, let it get deployed. Okay, now it got deployed. Database got deployed in another database. Come here, select this one, take your refresh. See, you are going to see two databases, NHDB, NHDB 1515. Okay, so if you want to create tables in this database now, okay, just click on this database, say a new query, come here and open this another sample query here. See this here, I am creating multiple tables. I am creating one tables cars, one tables countries, one table movies, and here I am inserting the data. All the data I am inserting inside the table here. Okay, see, plenty of data. So this much of data I am inserting comfortably, conveniently with SSMS, where in cloud database. In cloud database, I'll say yeah, simply execute. Okay, what it is saying, incorrect syntax somewhere nearby. Okay, this is SQL scripts, guys. Okay, is anyone here who is expert in SQL? Sorry, here this is the problem. Okay, so I'll just close this one and I'll open it again. Actually, my mouse is troubling. Okay, this is perfect one, but I think two tables got created. Let me see here which tables got created. Expanding the tables here. Yeah, countries and movies. These two tables got created. Cars table was not created, so I'll create the cars table now. Okay, cars table got created, and this is the data I'm inserting for cars table. Okay, this is all data I'm inserting for cars table. This is cars. Variety of different types of cars that we are considering here. Okay, okay, up to here. I'll say here execute. Fine. Now, if you refresh, cars table also got created. This is the flexibility that you will get with SSMS. This is not, it's not this much handy. Okay, see, cars, countries, and movies. This all three tables got created in this database, and in this database, I have created one table. See, I'm just creating tables. You can create anything. Stored procedures you can create, queries you can write, anything, whatever you want, you can do. Now, if you come here back, okay, if you come here to home, if you come here to your SQL databases, see these two databases we are having, NareshDB, NareshDB 1515. Both are in same SQL Server instance only, right? If you go here, if you click on the query editor, if you click on OK, and see here you are going to see the tables, cars, movies, and countries. See these three tables. This was showing empty. This was showing empty here. Now the three tables can also be visible here. I'll just say here, let me check whether data is there or not. Select star from dbo.cars. Okay, run query. Ah, super. See, we are getting the data also. We are getting the data also here when we go down. See, now you can do here whatever you want, the operations, whatever you want, you can write. Select star from this table where cars. Okay, what is this column name? Where name, where name equal to BMW. Okay, run query. See now it is showing me only the cars of BMW. Only. Okay, so these are the cars available for from BMW. Okay, like this you can now write the queries whatever, however you want. You can go ahead and you can write the queries. Okay, you are having variety of different types of cars. Now the people are very much used to for SSMS, and writing queries in SQL as SQL Server Management Studio is much easy. Yes, Shalini, it will be. It will be. Just check in Google how to install SSMS in Mac OS. Definitely, it will be. Okay. Fine, guys. So this is what how we are deploying the SQL Server database, SQL Server instance in cloud, how we are connecting from our local laptop. Okay. And when you are doing it, might be you could not able to connect it. Please ensure that how I have done in the labs, in the classes, refer the video recordings, carbon copy, step by step, carefully, you will definitely able to connect. Okay. And one more thing, you have to ensure that when you are trying to connect your cloud SQL instance from your SSMS, from your local SSMS, then ensure that open this services window, services.msc. Here, ensure that SQL services are running. SQL server services are running. See, here we are having this one, SQL server. This should be in running status. Okay, this should be running. Okay, if it's not, then you have to restart. Just restart it once. Okay, or else you restart it better. This is running. This should be in running status. Okay, how to open this window? Again, I'm showing here. See, services.msc. This command you have to pass. Okay, fine, guys. Is that clear? So next we are having advantages of cloud computing. Okay. So what are the advantages we are having? Like, 24 by 7, it is available, it is scalable, it is very much secure, it has got enhanced collaboration, it is cost effective, it is reliable. Okay, cloud computing. Advantages of Azure cloud computing. These are all the basic things, guys. These are all the basic things. Key points on Azure data engineering. Please read these key points. This is all theoretical information. Very, very helpful for your interviews point of view. Okay, it is going to help you a lot for your interviews point of view, guys. Please read these points. If you're having any doubts, any things, okay, please ask me. Definitely I'll help you out. Any point is not clear to you. Okay, data from cloud computing, how we are getting the data and all this stuff. This is not practicals. This is all theory. This is all theory only. Okay, fine. So how we are setting up the resources in cloud computing platform. Okay, this is your cloud platform. Here you are having one tenant. Okay, and in that you are having a subscription. In the subscription you are having a resource group. In resource group we are having all these resources. We can have multiple resource group. Okay, we can have multiple subscriptions in one tenant. This is not in our syllabus. What is tenant, what is subscriptions, what is the hierarchy? This is not in our syllabus, but just little understanding will help you out. If you don't want, you can skip it completely. This comes in Microsoft Entra ID. The people who are working on Microsoft Entra ID, it is, related to them. What is Azure Data Factory? Okay, what is Azure Data Factory? This I'll start in tomorrow's class. Okay, data factory is what, and what is the theoretical points of data factory, how data factory is better than other ETL tools, why data factory started all of a sudden on a very high demand in the market, why companies are migrating their projects to Azure Data Factory. All these things we'll see in tomorrow's class, guys. All right, is that clear? From here we'll start tomorrow. Any questions, anyone? Why so silent? Am I audible or not? Okay. All right, guys. Silence, I'll take it as no questions from your end. Okay. All right. We'll connect again tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow we'll see the data factory here. And please read these theoretical points, guys. Okay. I want to focus completely on labs. Okay. Read this. If you're having any doubts in any point, please ask me. I'll definitely help you out to understand. No problem. Okay. Fine, guys. Bye, everyone. Have a nice day ahead.